What's up, guys? Welcome back to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron. If quarantine did anything positive last year, is it seemed to bring a lot of bands back together that had broken up. It's like maybe a lot of the band members were sitting at home, bored, nothing to do, they can't go anywhere, so they decided to call the boys up and see if they were still into making music. So today we're going to be checking out the new single, Nothing Feels Sound, by the band The Air I Breathe. The Air I Breathe is a metalcore band from New Jersey. They started in 2007 and they broke up in like 2012 or something like that. And in that 5-year span, they only released one album called Great Faith in Fools in 2011. And honestly, it's one of the best metalcore albums to come out of that, like the rising scene that metalcore was back then, especially around like the late 2000s, early 2010s. There's so many great albums that came out, and that was one of them. And then they just broke up. It's like every band member just decided to up and leave. And the drummer, I don't know what anybody else did, but the drummer joined like Moths to Flames, and he's been with them for a very long time. And it just didn't seem like they were ever going to get back together again. And yet here we are. Nothing Feels Sound seems to be about someone who helped the narrator or the vocalist come out of like a really dark, bad place and restored hope into their life. But in the end, this person actually betrayed them and made them even more hopeless than they were before, left them feeling worse off than they were before, and made them very bitter. And there's a lot of lyrical gems in this song. I mean, not everything is fantastic. There's some cliche stuff in there, but with lyrics like swallowed by waves, I was lost in your current, pleading to grace the eyes of the serpent. Like, there's a lot of really good lyrical hooks in there, and a lot of, like I said, just lyrical gems all over the place. Musically, the song is pretty chaotic and technical. I've been having a hard time placing it with like another band that sounds similar, maybe like Born of Osiris or Within the Ruins, maybe, just not quite as extreme and technical as those bands. The guitar keeps the melody by playing through the scales very, very rapidly, and then switches it up to chugging as it like kind of ushers its way into the chorus, where it brings back that laser-inspired guitar sound and scales and licks and stuff. And the drums seem to fill up a lot of this space, and they really push the song along and smooth out those transitions. And between the drums and the bass, I feel like it helps everything just kind of fit together a little bit better, considering how much the guitar is switching in and out from being melodic to heavy and chugging back to melodic. To be honest, I wasn't really that big of a fan of the vocals and the verses, the distorted vocals, mainly because they're just so compressed sounding. They don't really break through from the mix. They fit in really well with all the staticky kind of sound coming from all the other distorted instruments, mainly the guitar when it's chugging, and it just blends in too much with the chaos. So you don't really hear the vocals all that well, which kind of made me sad because they do sound really good, but then the clean vocals come in and they just smooth everything over in the chorus. It sounds fantastic, and honestly kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to hear a chorus that's so easy on the ears, considering that the rest of the song is kind of brash in a way. And the breakdown is just nasty. The way how the guitar gets really melodic and kind of has like almost a mini guitar solo going into it, and then it just cuts out and gets super brutal. It makes for an amazing buildup. And then it goes directly into the chorus with the clean vocals again, which are amazing, and they sound very, very, it's just a very catchy, very easy on the ears chorus. Again, I just can't believe how listener friendly this chorus is. It's kind of like the eye of the storm in this song, where like everything's just happening all around you. There's a lot of different noises going on, a lot to really take in, and the chorus hits, and it kind of gives you a minute to breathe and kind of catch your breath and soak everything in. When I heard The Air I Breathe was coming out with a new song, I was a little nervous. I was hoping they didn't change their sound up too much, considering it's been 10 years since they've played together or come out with anything. Kind of like how Breakdown of Sanity did when they came out with their new single Traces. It was still kind of in their genre, but the sound just changed so much to where long-term fans they just weren't really into it. But Nothing Feels Sound is exactly what I wanted from these guys. I mean, it's almost like they just never quit playing together. They basically just picked up right where they left off, My only issue with the song is I just wish that the distorted vocals in the verses just I just wish they would have been different. I don't think it's a performance kind of thing. I feel like it's more of a mixing production thing that they did where it just doesn't shine through, and they sound really good, and I just wish they would have been a little bit more in front. But otherwise, it's a great freaking song. So with all that said, I gotta give Nothing Feels Sound by The Air I Breathe a 4.2 out of 5. And I'm kind of shocked to hear how many people were excited that this band was coming back. I wasn't sure if anybody would remember The Air I Breathe really at all. I feel like this might have been a kind of a forgotten album just because it came out in a time when a lot of good albums were coming out, and it was just the last thing that they did. They just fell off the face of the earth after this. So I want to know what you guys think. Go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what you thought. If you haven't heard the song before, I'm going to leave a link for it down in the description below. Go ahead and click on it, give it a listen. Let me know what you think and what you would rate it. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like. Leave a comment below, leaving a request for Request Wednesday. We'll throw it up on the whiteboard, and we will get you squared away. If you do that, or you just happen to like metal reviews and you like what you see here, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you get notified. You don't miss out on any of my future uploads, specifically if you leave a request, because that does happen a lot. Even though a lot of people who are leaving requests lately have been coming back and watching them, which is very, very good. We're having a good turnout on that, which makes me happy. And I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will talk to you next time.
I was